Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this edition of DTLC. It's a cold evening, but we have a warm place. You have a warm place in our hearts, and we have a warm program to share with you. Let us start with an impact video, and then we shall introduce the panelists after that.
Sahara Nutrition is a network of nutrition professionals working in the community to provide nutrition education to people of African and Caribbean origin.
So the formation of the network was inspired by one of our colleagues, Dr. Hiba Osei-Kwesi's research, where she explored dietary behaviors and practices among African immigrants in Greater Manchester.
The Sahara TLC Challenge, Total Lifestyle Change, was designed to deliver a 6-month co-produced, culturally adapted lifestyle and weight management intervention to African and Caribbean people living in the Greater Manchester area. This was undertaken after a needs assessment showed that most people within the Greater Manchester area needed support with weight loss, but also just support on how to eat healthier, increase vegetable intake, practical support on how to do that.
Well, I joined because I wanted to learn more about nutrition, because it's something that I'm very, very interested in. Just to learn more about how to keep myself healthy, how to help my family to be healthy.
My goal was to lose weight because I had given birth. I was a bit alarmed. So that was my main goal, to have more energy and then to get my child to eat healthy and then lose weight.
My goal was to lose weight and to eat healthier and also hopefully reduce the BP and get more energy. I've get sugar urges. I realised that I'm a little bit of an emotional eater, depending on the situation, but if I'm very stressed, I might really want the sugar more.
I just wanted to eat healthy because there's the history of diabetes in my family. So that was something that I didn't want to fall under that category. So I just wanted to focus on eating healthy.
My goal was obviously to control my type 2 diabetes, to lose weight, help my mental health situation as I was diagnosed with depression.
Because of my weight, I developed a preeclampsia, which affected my baby weight, and I ended up having emergency CS. So with all those weight problems, I was like, I want to be healthy. And after delivery, I was assigned to physiotherapy because I couldn't even walk because of my weight and other stuff.
As a diabetic, you are required to go out for 30 minutes every day. But, that was very difficult for me because I was obese and kind of dangerously obese. So going out was really difficult and stuff. So I was kind of living a sedentary lifestyle whereby you're sitting down a lot, and I was having anxiety.
The project had 2 main objectives. The first one was to deliver a lifestyle intervention that comprised tailored nutrition and health education in order to help people to lose weight and also maintain a healthy weight. The second objective was to undertake a physical activity challenge in order to encourage and motivate people of African and Caribbean origin to engage in more and regular physical activity.
We collaborated with CAN, the Caribbean and African Health Network, to produce and provide weekly nutrition support.
Over the 24 weeks, We met on a weekly basis for 90 minutes to have our nutrition and lifestyle education session. Now, the 90 minutes was divided into 3. So we always had 30 minutes where people just talked about their experiences, shared the challenges and the successes they were experiencing, having to make new lifestyle modifications. We covered so many topics, and this was based on the needs of the group. But then some of them included how to plan healthy meals, how to undertake healthy grocery shopping, calculating your calorie intake. Then, general lifestyle topics like circadian rhythm, how to have a good sleep, with it conscious eating, emotional eating, having a healthy festive season, among others. On a daily basis, we encourage participants to share what they were eating. So everything everyone ate was posted on the platform. And then the group provided some feedback, because we wanted people to have more vegetables. That was one of the priorities we set out to achieve with this challenge. We also had an interesting challenge, so the physical activity challenge, where we all had to download an app onto our phone. And then we set a task of 10,000 steps daily. And once you're part of the challenge, you could see other people's steps. One thing we kept emphasizing was for people to set their own goals. People needed to be realistic with their circumstances and be able to set goals that were achievable for them.
This program taught me how to measure food. Once I got that, I've actually been able to feel healthier. And I have lost 9 kilos, Yeah. And I have not even added, before I used to lose and, gain it. My diabetes has normalized according to the doctors. This is a miracle. I always say this program came to me as a godsend. So the health, oh my God, I don't know how to thank TLC. It's really hard to put in words, but you can hear, I'm very happy, I'm very healthy.
Yes, the program works. I wanted to lose weight and I've lost weight. And in the past, I've been on fat diets and lost weight quickly. So on this occasion, I was looking for a program where I could lose weight healthily without necessarily feeling hungry. And I think I've learned a lot about healthy living on this program, more than I've ever learned.
That is the difference between Sahara TLC and other weight loss programs. We are not just here to sell weight loss. We are here to sell a healthy life. Give yourself a healthy life, not just focus on losing weight, but how are you going to maintain your weight in the long run? That's what we're here for.
So whenever I have a craving for a sweet tooth or I want something sweet, I take fruits instead. Everything boils down to the portion. So instead of having a full bar of chocolate, I have just a very tiny piece.
That you have to be consistent with what you're doing with your portion control. And so far, I've been able to build a good relationship with my food, because it's important to know how to regulate my portion and how to eat healthy and how to eat right. But that's one thing I've been able to do.
And it got to a point I couldn't even walk. When I tell you I was on crutches, but I got to a point. I've been doing my 10K. I think the first day I reached the 10K, I was like, oh my God, this is not Nusrat. I went to the physio and I was charged because of all this program. I'm so healthy now. And even if my husband is somebody, he doesn't even comment about all those things. But when he said, oh, you are so active in bed now, I said, oh my God, this HIBA program is helping my marriage too.
Thank you for introducing this. Naturally, when you experience something good, you want to share it with others. It's been very beneficial, and I can't wait to share it with others with passion.
We as a team think that this project was very successful. Participants have shared lots of testimonies to show that we want to apply for a research grant in the future to undertake a randomized control trial to further test this approach, innovative approach, and so that it could be scaled up to other communities.
We are exploring with CAN again to see how we can secure further funding to sustain the gains we made with Sahara TLC, but also share some of the lessons that we have learned.
We trained 13 community champions, and so these people are going to continue with the group, the WhatsApp group, because people want it to remain. So they'll be administrators of the group, be role models in the community, signpost people to resources, so that these changes do not die, so that these changes are sustained for a long time. They become part of people's lifestyle.
Said yes we can, and this program is being offered by Diabesity, which is what the D stands for, and the TLC stands for Total Lifestyle Change, and not Tender Loving Care. Yes, it can be that too, but it is DTLC, Diabesity Total Lifestyle Change Program. As we have heard from the stories, it is real. It has impact, it works, it is positive. Just like those UK participants, we also have our own goals and which we wish to help you to meet in this program as you stay with us for the next 12 weeks. So, dear participants, sorry about that. So all those issues will be handled in the 12 weeks ahead, and we'll be looking forward to meeting our goals, to changing our lifestyles, to making our lives better, and to leading healthier lives. And of course, we said 12 weeks, so that takes commitment. In the UK ones, they said they took 24 weeks. Ours is a little less, but the impact is exactly the same. And so it takes commitment to do this. And you know what they say about commitment? It's without commitment, you cannot have depth in anything, be it a business, a relationship, a hobby. So with DTLC, it also takes commitment. So your Monday evenings are booked by us for just an hour and a half with very great goals, how to be fit, how to get a healthy lifestyle. And it's not one of those fads that fades. Now, so who is behind the program? Our chief nutritionist is Dr. Alice Ojwang, who is a dietitian with over 20 years experience. She practices as a dietitian, and she's also a lecturer at the Technical University at the Department of Human Nutrition and Dietetics. We also have Dr. Hiba Kwesi Osei, who is a nutritionist and a lecturer at Loughborough. She may not be with us today, but she may join us later. She's on another conference right now, but she will join us in a while, at least before the end of the program. But you saw her, you must have seen her on the video. And then we also have another expert, and that is Mildred Nyange. Mildred is a PhD candidate and is also a lecturer at the Department of Human Nutrition and Dietetics at Technical University. She's been practicing nutrition for the last 8 years. So we have a solid panel, guys. We are here to help you, and we know we're on season 4, not because we haven't made it, but because we have. It has been a success through the other 3 seasons. But am I telling you the truth? Let Dr. Ojwang tell us a little about this program. What's the history behind it? How do we stand to benefit? What does it entail? Dr. Ojwang, please take it away.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I think you can hear me well. Please, Lorraine, nod if you can hear me well. Very good. So welcome to DTLC season 4. And actually, we can say season 5 because the first season started in the UK, but in Kenya, we've literally done season 4. So what is the history of DTLC? DTLC started, or Total Lifestyle Change Program, actually started in 2010. 2011. My clinic, which was then known as Zen Health Nutrition Practice, turned 10 years old. And so I thought, what can we do differently? And so we started we call it the Kilo Watchers program. So we started a group wellness program where we exercised every day, Monday to Friday, 5 to 7 a.m. at the public service club. We started by enrolling 30, the numbers grew big. And so what we did at the end of the year, we all went and ran Standard Chartered and we got our medals. And what I realized in the group program is that it was very, very successful. And studies and research has shown that when you have support, when you're not alone, you have a group of people who's working with you, you are very successful. So we did the Kilo Watchers then, which is now DTLC, for 5 years. And then when I left to go to school, further my studies in 2015, unfortunately, we couldn't find somebody to continue with it. And this is because I really loved it. And so it was dissolved. So fast forward, come to 2019, I came back from school. And then 2020 March, we have lockdown. And so we started thinking, what can we do? And so we decided people were, of course, sick. A lot of people were dying from complications of being overweight or diabetes or hypertension. Let's just say COVID was brutal. And people who had a poor lifestyle really, really were affected. So then my friend and I, which is Dr. Hiba, who might join us later on today, we thought about it and says, why can't we just move this lifestyle program from face-to-face to online? And so for us to test that it is effective, we actually looked for funding and then started the UK version. And so we did in the UK because we actually got funding to test it. So then we can test it, we can publish our findings, and we can tell the whole world it is being done. And this is actually the first of its kind, in this Africa or nearly the world. So I can say it's been very successful. You will get to hear of the success stories. And so that is the short story. What does it actually take? All right. I'm going to just share some slides with you to show you what it takes. So DTLC program. Okay, good. Okay. So it's a challenge. DTLC program is a challenge to engaging in a context of weight loss, good health, feel-good factor, fitness, and health. Okay. And definitely emotional health, because nutrition, there's a lot of emotional eating, and this is why people always, gain and lose. And this actually, one of the sessions we do is about emotional eating, or 2 or 3 of them. It's a total lifestyle change, which means if you practice some of the sessions that we discussed, which we're going to show you just now, over time, with support and guidance, you learn from each other, then you will achieve your success. It's a 12-week program. Every week for 1.5 hours, we shall meet and discuss different topics that will empower you and engage you. And you will apply some of the principles that we have discussed. So what do we do really? The first session, we are going to share your experiences. What are your challenges? What are your experiences? Like today, we are going to give you your week 1. This is week 1, session 1. So today we are going to tell you exactly what you need to do this week, and then we give you a challenge. So every week we give you a new topic, we give you a challenge. We are creating a WhatsApp group where we are going to support you. Those who are paid, we are going to enroll you into the WhatsApp group. We'll support you. One of the things we do is we also share our food pictures so that we can be able to tell you, okay, this is good, this is bad. But for all those who have enrolled, we'll still have a special session for you to tell you. So we look at this. What are your experiences? What are your challenges? What are your successes, right? And what progress are you making? Are you stuck? The second session is usually provide a new goal, discuss, understand it, send you off to apply that session. So, so this is important because we need you to completely trust us. We want to have open communication. You want to learn and relearn old habits. And so we really need to talk a lot. So what happens? People actually, eventually week 1, week 2, week 1, people are scared, week 2 and 3, everybody opens up. And so we can discuss what your issues is. And of course, I will have individual sessions with each one in the group so that you understand what your needs are. The 12th week is not cast in stone, but it depends on what your needs are, but we have basics which I'll just share with you. This is one of my favorite saying, which is if you want to get something you have never gotten before, you've got to do something you've never done before. So week 1 involves lifestyle challenges, specific goals, and information, okay? So we will want you to make our goals, and we'll be also sharing some short videos with you to just understand what you need to do. Iba is the one who sets the goals, so she'll join us. So we need you to set the goals. Set goals that motivate you. What is your goal? People have different goals. Last season, we had diabetics in the team. We had hypertensive. We have people who are just really sick and feeling fatigued and tired. We had people who specifically wanted to lose weight. We also had people who wanted to conceive, you know, because they've been struggling with their health. And so what is your goal? And we know lifestyle cuts across. You see, when somebody is sick and hypertensive, they need to take hypertensive medication. When they're diabetic, they need to take diabetic medication. When they have an autoimmune condition, they need to take so many other drugs. But for a lifestyle, you know, sleeping, all of you need to sleep. It's important for you. Eating, when you eat, you know, when you eat a variety of foods that we need you to eat, it takes care of your diabetes, your blood pressure, your immune system. It takes care of a lot of things. Remember that Jehovah God is the one that created all of us, and he also made the food and the natural doctors. So when we apply some of these things that we're going to talk about, then it takes care of a lot of things. And after working for about 23 years in this career, I know that if you follow a lifestyle program, good nutrition, you will improve your health condition, or you can even reverse it. So what are some of the type of goals? I've already said some in terms of health, but thank you. Week 1, we are going to identify common lifestyle mistakes that we make, and we are going to set our goals. We will tell you how. Week 2 is usually your weight loss plan, but it's not really a weight loss plan. It's like your portions. What are the portions? What are the right portions for you? So we take you through learning how to control, how to measure your food portions, depending on your age, depending on your gender, and depending on your needs. Week 3 is a lesson called carbohydrate intelligence. And so what we require from you is the minute we start, we join on to the group which we are going to enroll you tonight and tomorrow. Then you start post your foods, and then we need all that food carbohydrate intelligence. Then we have evaluate your relationship with food and stop emotional eating. So sometimes it's one session, or sometimes there are 2 sessions. We find that this is the most challenging. A lot of people don't know, have poor relationship with food, and that is why they probably cannot achieve their health goals. So we help you to identify and give you solutions, support you with what you can do. Also, you need to learn to create your ideal meal plans and also to learn how to do grocery shopping for the family. How do you shop? When you talk to many people, they buy the same thing every day. They buy, they eat sukuma wiki, they eat cabbage, they eat carrots. And that's most of the time what you get at home, and perhaps spinach, or maybe if grandmother visits, they get some vegetables from the village, but that's what they do. When it comes to starch, it's rice, ugali, chapati all the time. But there is so much more. And these sessions help identify other foods and help plan your groceries so that you can shop for the family. If you shop once a week, yes, you can shop once a week, but now we also show you how to make a plan so that you have different grocery lists, that every time you just pick a different one, that it can help you provide healthcare needs for you and your family. Lesson 6, oral and dental health. And this is very important for your health, but sometimes it changes depending on what the needs are. Then, of course, that's a great workout. So fitness, a lot of us are fit, or we think we are fit, or we are fit, but what we realize is we always need to do something more than just walking, walking, running. What is your fitness test? What is your muscle strength? What's your what is your muscle endurance? And or during the session, 1.5 hours, you can actually do a fitness test for you to know what your muscle strength is, what your flexibility is, what's your score, and then learn what to work on it. And of course, we also bring different experts to help us with this, like a fitness trainer. Then your circadian rhythm and also your sexual health. We have married people who have issues with sex health, and so we talk about it. So it can be a topic on its own, or it can be mixed. But circadian rhythm, that's the clock, that's your clock that tells you it's time to sleep, it's time to wake up. So, and it controls your whole life. It controls the hormones, it controls everything you do. So it's important to know how it affects you, because if we don't develop a good circadian rhythm, it affects our health completely, messes up your metabolic rate, messes up your hormones, blood circulation, and all those things. And then you're just sick. And if you just change this, maybe that's all you need. And of course, we go on to have other challenges. Then breathing exercises, very important. In the sessions, most of us discover that we actually don't breathe properly and learn more about why we should breathe. And all of us, once you know how to breathe, it actually improves your health. If you're hypertensive, diabetic, you can better, and you can be able to improve your health. And then social networks and your health, and staying on track. These are not cast on stone. Remember, it's a 24-week program, but in Kenya, we've decided to do 12-week program. So depending on if you fill out the questionnaires very well, which Mildred is going to post the registration link on, if you fill out the questionnaire very well, then we provide what you need. And sometimes because we have diabetic persons, and we will have different sessions for diabetic, and then they join the rest of the team. So depending on what your need is, there'll be extra information, okay? So we always have a bonus week with the team where we have more success story, everybody evaluates their progress, and you can also write your book, which is your lifestyle book. Sessions may vary according to your needs, and usually they are recorded. So in short, taking drugs without eating properly is like washing your hands and drying them in the dark. So this is about the program, right? And I think shortly thereafter, we will have challenge for the week, and we can discuss further what you need to do for all of you. Thank you very much. Over to you, Ms. Lorraine.
Thank you very much, Dr. Alice Ojwang. That is, we can sense your passion. We can feel that this is a story you enjoy talking about, and we wish to benefit from your experience. Thank you very much. So we had the stories from the UK, but we'd like to hear our own stories. Is it really true? Has it worked as we have said? We all have goals, and we wish to meet them. For it to have impact, then we wish to meet those goals. I've even seen some beautiful goals being posted here. Fred wants to gain weight. Zenangu wants to reverse a chronic disease. Rael wants to lose weight and stay healthy. Who else do we have here? Okay, somebody wants, that's Coach Jane Kerubu wants to reverse an autoimmune disease. Rosemary would like to lose weight and sleep better and have a healthier life. These are the objectives of DTLC, so you shall have them met. Just stay with us and you'll see how to do that. But let's hear from the horse's mouth. We're going to listen to a few participants to see how the DTLC program really worked for them. And to start off, I think we'll start with one of our most experienced, and that is Jane Owiti. Jane lives in the US. She's been with us on season 3. She visited on season 2, but now she'd like to tell her story to season 4 participants. So, Madame Jane Owiti, let us hear your story. How have you benefited from the DTLC program?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Mama.
Yeah, I hope you can hear me.
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for Lorraine for inviting me to come and encourage those who are helping us to learn. the launching of the season 4. Thank you all for all coming. First of all, to start with, I would like the participant to listen carefully. This is a very important program, as Dr. Yuang has given us outline, that when you hear the word nutrition, people think of food, but there is so much under nutrition that I would encourage you.
We can't see you. I think it would be nice to know, to see who's talking, so we see how the program has impacted on you.
Yeah, I said from outset, you may not be able to see me, but I'll show my face.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah, I'll show my face briefly.
Proceed. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, there you are.
You can see me now.
That's better.
Oh, okay. Yes, I don't know, I've lost my train of thought, but yeah, I had started on welcoming everyone, and I said good evening, and I was trying to encourage that when you hear the word nutrition, people usually associate it with the food. But I would encourage everyone who are listening for the first time, those who have not even registered, I would encourage you to do it, because this is a very, very useful program. You will understand it when you are within. So personal experience on this program, I didn't know what it's all about, but when I listened to the launching, there was that encouragement of it can reverse this and that. At the time I was joining, I had a very, very severe high blood pressure. It was so severe that when it started that season, I was in the ward, I was admitted. So on and off, I was in the ward, on and off. Within 2 weeks, I was being admitted, while even during that time, the program was going on. And when I listened and started putting what we were being informed into practice, posting my food, doing exactly what we are being taught, suddenly I started seeing changes. And this is not a fake, it is true story. In fact, the last time I was admitted for this extreme high blood pressure is 1 year ago now, exactly 1 year. I've not been in the ward for 1 year since then. Even if my blood pressure is high, but it has improved from where it was to where it is now. It is manageable. I've even stopped taking the drug for dizziness, but I'm still on drug for BP, but has been reduced, not 6 doses, not 4 doses in a day now. So was it 4 doses? Two? Yeah, 4 doses in a day. And you can count that for 1 month, how many drugs I was taking in my body, only for blood pressure, leave alone others. So this program works. If you follow and put your heart into it, it's definitely going to help. Even when I was joining, my focus was on my blood pressure. Although I knew that I have to do something on my weight. And then at the same time, I was told I'm on the borderline of diabetes. So those 2 things were not my problem. My problem, I was focusing on my BP. Then my weight was almost 200 pounds. Then suddenly, without even focusing on that, you can't believe what I'm weighing now. You can't believe it, from 200 to now. I'm talking yesterday. I took it every 2 weeks. So this is my encouragement. Please join. Don't wait until you are my age, is when you realizing that you needed to take care of your health. And the young ones, do it right now. Don't minimize what you think you know. You may think you know, but you really don't know. So join this program and then you will know how important our health is, and so much is included in what is called nutrition. Nutrition is what is guiding our health. That is my encouragement to all of you this evening. If there is anything I think of while I'm still here, I will mention to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You said it's a real story. It's not fake.
No, it's not. It's real.
Good.
Yeah,
We're happy to hear that. I'm sure people with conditions, like somebody who said they have an autoimmune condition, would be happy to hear that it worked for you. And what you've said, stick with the program, register, do what it is every week, take the challenge and see the difference, like Madam Jane Owiti has done. Thank you so much for sharing your story. We deeply appreciate. And we wish you all the best in your life.
Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you. And I wish you well too.
Thanks. But to ratify Jane Owiti's story, it would be good to hear, what about her caregiver? What does she have to say? Is it true? Can we verify this story? Judy Owiti, what would you say?
Yeah, hi, everybody. Yes, I know Mom wasn't expecting to hear me talk. It's a surprise. But yes, so I'm on the other end of her story because like she just mentioned earlier, she was in hospital in and out. And when she started the program, I was the one preparing the food and we had to weigh. And I even discovered, I think my mom is very adventurous when it comes to different foods. So I would go and get food I've never seen, we've never tasted, fruits, vegetables, and incorporate it just to have a variety of nutritional food. And yes, we have seen my brother, my dad, my siblings, we've seen the changes. She just said she lost weight, I think almost 30 pounds. And it's working from what we have seen for sure. And it's not even, I don't even think it's something consciously. For example, the weight, you can say it was a side benefit when that came, because her goal was to reduce her blood pressure, which was very, very high. It's still on the high side, but her dosage has reduced and it's not where it was, 2 years ago. And so for sure, I can provide testament that this DTL really, really, really does work. It really does work. And I'm actually on the fence thinking that I need to join. My goal probably would be just for the health value, not necessarily lose weight. Yes, sorry, yes, I was muted. So I was just saying that it's given me pause to rethink and say, maybe this is something we can look into and see what benefit we can get from it. So yes, I would encourage everybody who is probably sitting on the fence to go ahead and do it. It's not, I think there are many, many benefits of it. Whatever your goal is, I think Dr. Juang mentioned it earlier, you could have whatever your goal is, whether it's to improve your health, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's for health reasons. There are many goals one can approach it. It's not just one, and see how one can customize it to one's needs. So that's where I am. I'm sorry, it's an impromptu. Dr. Juang just mentioned it like a few minutes ago. And I said, okay, I can jump in and say something. And so, yeah, that's my story. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Judy. Thanks for being a good caregiver. So you must be the one who's been making those lovely meals that we were seeing. Yes.
Yes. Yes. But and mom is the one who plates it, kind of. You know, she knows how to. Yeah. But yes, we've been preparing the meals, buying the meals, all the foods, and measuring, and sometimes I have to say, sometimes you don't realize, I know maybe this is not the forum for it, maybe later, but sometimes you don't realize even how much food you're taking, like a quarter cup of like ugali. I'm like, it's that small? And you probably realize, oh, maybe I'm eating maybe 5 times that amount. So it's just interesting. It's an interesting adventure we've been on with mom. And so, yeah. So it's, and I just want to congratulate you for your DTL for this session.
Thank you so much. Now that you have one foot in the door, you can come right in and join us. Thank you for ratifying Mom's story.
Thank you.
Okay, good. So as Judy mentioned, all of us have goals, just like Dr. Zhang also mentioned, and we've seen some of them coming up, but we chose to pick, the really troubled ones. So we've talked about high blood pressure. Madam Owiti has told us what has happened. Let's hear something else that's a threat to a lot of us, especially as we get a little older, and that's diabetes. Our participant in season 3 last time was Jackton. Jackton is not in today, but we shall play his video so that you hear his story and how he's benefited from the program. Dr. John?
I'm learning, I'm learning a lot. It's my first experience with a nutritionist, and going through this kind of program is my first time. And I'm finding the lessons so advanced. Actually, I'm even being forced to do a lot of personal research and that kind of thing, so that even after I overcome, I can be of help to other people. Secondly, I've benefited. Since I joined this program, I was even telling Dr. Nyawera today, we had a discussion, and I was telling her that it's courtesy of this program that I've been able to make a lot of progress. Today alone, she was able to reduce my medication. Beginning tomorrow, I think there's a drug, Diametron, that was withdrawn. This is as a result of this program. And this is why, actually, the greatest feedback I can give Daktari, the fact that I avail myself on every Tuesday at 8 is enough reason that I'm really benefiting from this program. If I were not benefiting, I would be asking so many questions because I am not getting, But honestly, I am really benefiting. I'm talking about myself. I'm really benefiting. As a result, I remember they first reduced I was taking 1.5 the Omicron, but now, and then it was reduced to 1. I was doing 1.5, it was reduced to 1, and now withdrawn. And in the next 2 weeks, if I continue in the way I'm going, she's likely to also reduce my intake of Triviamet. This is amazing. To me, it's great.
Wow. And maybe this is just my observation, Jackson. I actually think you have lost weight. Your face looks slimmer since when we started.
And he's glowing. He's glowing, eh?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for this program.
Yes, Jackson, I think there are people who've just come. Can you just quickly tell them what condition you have and how you're doing?
Introduce myself. My name is Jackson Gachuguma, a resident of Samburu County, Marala Town, the town headquarters. I'm a businessman involved in microfinance. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes here in Maralal. I had a funny lifestyle. I was eating anyhow. I was doing things anyhowly. And then a friend referred me to Dr. Eva. I traveled all the way to Nairobi and was lucky to meet Dr. Nyawera and Dr. Eva. They really helped me. I was diagnosed with, and now they confirmed I had diabetes. I had a lifestyle problem. I was eating everything. I was also involved. I had taken some some alcohol. And there, I was also taking a drug known as prednisolone. because I had a chest problem, so an allergy. So I had, I remember like 15 years ago, a doctor gave me a prednisolone drug. I had been taking it for the last 13 to 15 years. When I came to Nairobi, doctor stopped it because it's the one that caused diabetes. Now with my lifestyle, I had a lot of weight because I didn't understand how to even take care of myself in terms of the diet. And after that diagnosis, they told me my liver was damaged. I had a lot of cholesterol. My pressure was also high. In a way, I felt so sick. I felt so frustrated. But they referred me to Dr. Juang. That's where now I started the journey. And Dr. Juang, I remember we had the first discussion. She was of great help. She advised me on what I need to do from the beginning. I started focusing on diet, the things not to do and the things to do, because there's a lot of hearsay. When somebody tells you you have diabetes, you are told all sorts of stories. Don't eat this, don't do this, don't, that kind of thing. But I was properly advised by Dr. Juang. And I strictly followed DTLC. I joined the DTLC program, and I began the journey with Dr. Juan, and she has been of great help. I've been attending these classes faithfully at 8 p.m. every Tuesday, and I can assure the team that I've been able to successfully reverse my condition. I'm on the right journey. I stopped alcohol. Dr. Juan advised me. I focused on the diet, eating vegetables in the evening, reduced the carbohydrates. I no longer eat meat in the evening. In the morning, I eat well. I do a lot of exercise. I take a lot of water. I remember she advised me to be doing 3 liters of water, and then do a lot of walks. Though I've not been very efficient with walks due to some reasons, but I've been trying. I've been really trying, doing 5,000, 3,000, 5,000, sometimes 6,000 steps on a daily basis. This is what has made me now have the doctor reduce my drugs, and I'm en route. I believe in the next 1 month or 1.5. By the time we're finishing this program.
A very inspiring story. I think we've seen progress. We can see it on your face. And we hear you say it, and it is very convincing. Thank you very much for that. I don't know what you have to say to that, Dr. John.
Well done, well done. And this has just been how many weeks?
Precisely 7 weeks. Because the 1 week that we started with you, I was still an amateur. I was not getting it right. So, but I was still making so many mistakes. But the 7 weeks I've been focusing so much on instructions by Dr. Juan and following them faithfully.
Okay. Well done. That's a positive story, Jackson. Yeah. And we wish you the very best. We look for, we hope that you shall reverse your diabetes. You're working with the right people, Dr. Nyawera and Dr. Juan.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is really encouraging, Jackson, and this is just to encourage everybody here that whatever condition that you have, you can do this. If you can actually reverse type 2 diabetes, I mean, weight loss is easier, and just eating healthy and feeling good is a lot easier than anything else.
Maybe encourage the team that is here and others that maybe will watch us from this. Tell them that follow the instructions, follow the lessons that we are taught religiously. Follow them, and follow the lessons of the trainers who come to talk to us. Very important.
Okay. Thank you. Well done. Yes.
Story that happened in the last season. So Jackson reverses diabetes, at least on the path to reversing his diabetes. So it works. That was the point of the stories. It is real, it works, it's real people, real events, real stories. So As we start off on this journey, we first of all need to know where we are, our baseline. So Dr. John, you'll take us through the quiz to know where we are, what we're doing, then we know how to set appropriate goals.
Yes, yes, for sure, for sure. Let me get the slides going. Yep. So please prepare a paper and a pen. You're going to take a quiz just to check your lifestyle, because you can tell us from your quiz if you're going, what you need to do, or you'll be able to join us for DTLC. So do you have your pen and paper ready? Okay, here I go. So okay, so here we go. This is a quiz. So I just need you to, without thinking too much about it, just tell us what your lifestyle is. Just score. So for example, question 1, I usually exercise A, regularly. So the answer should just be A. Yes, but not regular. B, no exercise plan at all. C. So question 2, I drink sodas 300 ml a day. None. A. 1 to 3, 4 or more. Question 3, I drink at least so many cups of coffee or tea per day. None. 1 to 3, 4 or more. Question 4, I use so many teaspoons of sugar per cup of tea. None. 1 to 3, 4 or more. Question 5, I add salt to my food at meals, sometimes even before I taste it. Never. Sometimes. Always. Question 6, I usually have to eat or drink something at 10 or at snack. For those who are abroad, I have to eat or drink something at snack time. That is, you know, think of any junk food you can eat, any carbohydrate food that you're taking to quench your snack attack. So none, most days of the week you take a snack or you always take snacks. So question 7, my smallest meal is breakfast. Less than once a week, 2 to 4 times per week, nearly every day. Most people actually don't understand this question. So let me repeat it or explain it. If your smallest meal is breakfast, if you compare 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, which one is the smallest? So the question is concerned with the size of your breakfast. So my smallest meal is breakfast, less than once a week, 2 to 4 times per week, or nearly every day. So choose your answer or your response. Question 8, my largest meal is dinner. Never, like dinner is never your largest meal, or sometimes dinner is your largest meal, or always your largest meal is dinner. So choose the one that suits you the best. Question 9, I eat high fat fast food, burgers, fries, sausages, samosas, bacon, etc. Never. Once or twice a week, nearly every day, or let's say very regularly. And then question 10, I drink alcohol, which means like maybe you take 1 bottle of beer or a glass of wine or a tot of whiskey or more. None. 1 to 7 drinks per week, or 8 or more drinks per week. Like total it up, how much you drink. So that's the quiz. So just by show of is everybody okay? Do I need to repeat something? If you can put it on the chat. So now you want to score. So we want to give yourself a score so that we can count the total. So this is how you score. For every answer, if your answer is A, any of the questions that was A, please put O. It's 0 marks. If you answered B to any of the questions, give yourself 1 mark. You answered C to any of the questions, give yourself 2 marks. In other words, if number 1 is A, 0. Number 2 is B, 1. Number 3 is C, 2. Number 4 is C, 2. Number 5 is C, 2. Number 6 is B, 1. Yeah, something like that. Okay, we must move now. So if you have scored, just write there what your marks is. Is it 9, 10, 5, 3? Just post it on the group so we want to see. Then we can pick it from there.
Can we please scroll 8, 9, and 10?
Okay, Mama. 8. 9. There you go. Okay. Well done. Okay, we must move on now. So this is how to score. So I see people have scored. We have 8, we have 4, we have 7. So ideally, you're supposed to score 0 in this lifestyle questionnaire. So if you have scored 1 and above, it means you've got some work to do. So 0 to 5 points, it means you have low stress habits, or still you have some poor lifestyle habits, but low. 6 to 15, very high stress habits. Anything above 16 is bad.
Okay. You have your scores. You are seeing what your lifestyle is like. You're seeing which goals to set now. And that was the point of the quiz, to be the baseline so that we can know where we're going from here, or to help us to set our goals from here. Do we have anyone over 16? Julie says, OMG, is it that bad? And oh, Mildred, you're doing fantastic. I see you have a 3, so you have good habits, eh? And somebody says, wow, you scored 12, Julie. Great, this program is for you. And who else? I see an 11, I see a 3, an 8, a 12. We have work to do, but that's what we're here to do.
Yeah.
So that's
okay. So thank you very much. So yeah, so we all have work to do. There's something you're not doing right. And so for the next part of my presentation, which is a few minutes, we're just going to identify some of these lifestyle programs. Some of these mistakes that you make that actually affects your lifestyle. So I'll share my slide once more. So what's my story for today? So most of the time, we eat. We all know what to do. We all know what to do. We eat breakfast, we eat starch, we eat vegetables. We all know that carbohydrate is for energy, protein is for repair and maintenance, fruits and vegetables is for your vitamins. Don't we all know that? We learned that from school. True or false? Eh? True or false?
True.
True. Very true. But so then where do we go wrong? Where do we go wrong? We all know that. So I'll just take 2 common mistakes that we make. We take too little at the wrong time, and then we take too much at the wrong time. What does that mean? On a normal day, we need to take more food because we've been sleeping and fasting. We are most active in the morning. So we are going to work. We need to eat more food. But most people take very little or nothing. They would take maybe black tea and 2 slices of bread, something really small, and then they go to work. So what happens? Your brain requires ready glucose for energy. So if you don't eat anything, the brain is going to use stress hormone for energy. So you find that when you don't take breakfast, you're always going to be tired at the end of the day. Always tired, because remember, you didn't give your body glucose. So it uses stress hormone, glucagon, for energy. And so you don't have sufficient energy. And then what happens also, you're likely to crave. So anything that comes, you're going to eat because you're having low sugars. And you're also most likely to engage in unhealthy eating habits. And if you don't take breakfast, you're more likely to actually increase weight very easily. And if you don't take breakfast, then you're trying to lose weight. It's very hard for you to lose weight. So really, when it comes to what is the effect on your productivity, let's just say productivity, because all of us work and the children go to school. Imagine your child goes to school without breakfast. Their capacity, their concentration is less than 20%. So what happens? Then they're not concentrating, is very low. They're performing at 5%, what studies have shown. And then 10 o'clock, what happens? Some of us pack sugar drinks, something sweet. So what, they take something sweet at 10 o'clock, what happens? They're hyperactive. What's their concentration? Still low. Then lunchtime comes, they eat a meal. They're sleeping the whole afternoon. What is their concentration? And what happens? The parents will move their children from one school to the other with the same diet. And I'm talking about children because most of the breakfast studies have been done on children. And also studies have shown that you're not, weight loss difficulties, challenges with managing your health, even controlling diabetes and all those things, lies in this mistake. So if you don't take breakfast, you'll always be tired. You're going to always be performing at your lowest when it comes to your ability to work, concentrate in school. You have frequent headaches. At the end of the day, you're always wanting to take a painkiller or something to reduce the headache. And eventually you end up having extreme fatigue. But this is even worsened if you eat too much at night. So you skip breakfast and then you come home in the evening and you're eating a large meal. So what happens here? You've had a large meal, so your brain is active because there's a lot of glucose from the food. So you have an active brain, which reduces the quality of your sleep. Then you've eaten meat and you've eaten meat, chicken and all that, that's digested for 7 to 8 hours. Most of the time, corporate Kenyans, corporate Americans, you're coming home, say 8, 9, or you're eating at 9 o'clock. So count, if your meat is digested for 7 hours, you're eating at 9. So let's count, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're still digesting. The body needs to cool down 5. I mean, you have slept, probably you black out there, but your quality of sleep is low. So you wake up in the morning, you're always tired. Remember, you're tired every day because you eat a large dinner. I mean, you eat no breakfast. Then you are tired in the morning because you ate a large meal. And then this goes on and on. Now tell me, if you're diabetic, can we control your blood sugar? If you're hypertensive, can we control your blood pressure? If you're suffering from any condition, autoimmune condition, low immune system, cancer, can we manage it? And by the way, this is just nature. It's not rocket science. You're created to sleep at night, so you need to eat less food at night, and you need to eat more food in the morning because you're going to work. So if you eat a large dinner, let's just say, okay, this is what happens. I'm just going to skip some of this, right? If you don't sleep well at night, this is what happens. You have memory issues, forgetfulness, and it can only get worse. You have trouble thinking in concentration. You have mood changes. You're more likely to cause accidents because you're always fatigued. You have a weakened immune system. You can get high blood pressure. You have risk of diabetes. You weight gain. You have low sex drive, risk of heart disease, poor balance. And this is just because you cannot sleep at night because you're eating too much. So dear people, exercise, is extremely important. So you need to exercise. One of my favorite things is as old as 1873. If you can't make time for exercise, be ready to make time for illness. All of that be 1873. So is exercise part of your program? If you're not exercising, be ready to make time for illness for sure. And if you have any health condition and you're not able to exercise to improve blood circulation, to improve oxygen, produce happy hormones, then you're not going to get better. In fact, for me, when I have a patient, chronic patient, that one who was bedridden, one way of knowing they're getting better is if they can go out and do even 5 minutes of exercise. Then next week we are doing 10. Because remember, when you're sick, it is the body that helps you to heal. The body is the one that repairs itself. So you need to take care of the body. You need to feed it properly. You need to rest properly. You need to hydrate it properly so that it can take care of itself, fight the disease and remove it from the system, because the body has been made so that it can heal itself naturally. So, not going too much. Okay, I want you to think of a super pill. If you are given a super pill, okay, that you wanted, that you'll be able to live your best life, just take a pill. You will not need to exercise. You will not need to sleep. In fact, nowadays people don't want to sleep. They're even trying to discover medicines actually that will make you stay longer and feel refreshed no matter what. Because people want to be innovative. They want to, make things, computer applications, new planes. They want to do so much, so they don't want to sleep. But so think about it. That super pill is actually just your lifestyle. Okay, so I'll give you an abbreviation, and if you just do some of the things that we are talking about today, then you have started your lifestyle journey. It will make a difference in your health, I promise you. You may not be able to join the program because it's charged, but it will make a difference for you. So write down this abbreviation, FREEZE, FREESE. FREESE. So number one, be free of toxins. So identify what are some of the toxins that I consume. You take too much alcohol, too much meat, too much sugar, you smoke. What is your toxin? What toxin are you taking every day that's affecting your health? Write them down. In relation to this, what are your toxic habits? You don't exercise, you don't sleep. Those are habits, those are lifestyle habits that impact your health. So identify these things. 2, rehydration. You need water. Water is important for so many things, and every second of your life you need water. So please don't wake up and take 5 glasses in the morning and then take some at night. No, you need to distribute it the day. And most people take, hey, what is that? Everybody's told to take 8 glasses. Is that what we take? How much water is it recommended? Mildred, what are people saying in the chat? How much water do you take? How much is recommended?
No, there's no one who has commented on it. Okay, 2 liters.
8 glasses. Most people say that, but ideally, you should calculate your weight. So it's your weight times 35 ml. You need 35 ml per kg body weight. If you are somebody who exercises hard, but if it's me and you who don't exercise extremely hard, you need 30 ml per kg body weight. So if you're 80 kilos, then you need 2.5 liters. But if you're 100 kilos, then you need 3 liters or 3.5 liters. So ideally, most of the time, let's start at your weight times 35 ml. Okay, so for 3, eat healthy. What's eating healthy? Let's obey the timings. Eat more in the morning, eat less in the evening. Don't take anything that is processed. Stay away from processed food. Always eat as natural as possible and eat a variety. Sometimes we wait until we get sick is when we start to eat differently. Exercise. I can't say much. You need to have an exercise program. Remember, everywhere you scored 2, those are the very high problematic areas. Okay, 5, enough rest. You need to be able to sleep at night. So avoid taking alcohol at night, and avoid taking sugar or sweet things at night. and don't eat animal protein at night. If you have high blood pressure, especially, you're not supposed to eat any meat, animal protein at night. So please remove it from your diet and see the difference. If you're always tired, also remove any animal protein at night. Eat it for breakfast. Stress management. If you're stressed, you need to manage it. Talk to somebody. Sexual health. If you're married and you have no libido, you're having issues, then we have a problem. Don't ignore it. Remember, sometimes the warning of a heart attack actually starts from the penis. If you want to know more, join the DTLC program. And last but not least, you have to enjoy. So you're not supposed to eat boiled food, boil this and boil that. You're supposed to have tasty meals. Enjoy them, but have variety. Eat more in the morning, less in the evening, and enjoy it. Remember, if it is not sustainable, then it's not going to go anywhere. It must be really sustainable. So DTLC is sustainable. So I leave you with that. Thank you very much. Over to you, Ms. Lorraine.
Thank you so much, Dr. Joan. So are you seeing participants? These lessons have started. That's why it's session 1. And I'm sure you have already learned something. So this is how we do it. This is how we learn. This is how we roll. And of course, we enjoy doing what we do. So we have seen where our problem lies. We are now seeing what goals to set, but let's clarify our goals. Let's, synchronize or, let it get clear to us as we move on with the program so that you're able to set the goals today as we move on. Now, for this to happen, we have Dr. Hiba. Dr. Hiba Osei Kwasi. Hiba has actually stepped out of a conference to join us and to help us to set goals. She lives in the UK. Interesting university name that I'll never get right, but here we are. So, Dr. Hiba, please help us to set our goals. Give us the motivation to set our goals.
Praise Hiba.
Unless she got through notes. She's here. Hiba, you can unmute.
Hi, Lorraine.
Hi.
Did you call me? Because I was okay. I told you I was at a conference, so just waiting to be called. Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Hiba Osei Kwasi, and I'm going to be one of the nutritionists. Alice's guest nutritionist, because I was part of the pilot study in the UK. Unfortunately, I'm unable to join you today because I'm at a conference in Liverpool, but next week I'll be doing a session. So looking forward to seeing some of you or all of you on that session next week. Yes.
Give us 1 minute. Just give us a motivational quote, a motivational something. Tell us something.
Okay, I'm sure everyone here is here because of one reason or the other. If you decide to participate in the next DTLC, I want you to come next week having written down your why. Why do you think you should be part of this group? What is it in your life regarding your health you want to change? Please just write this down for me. And then when I join you next week, we can have a discussion about this, because this is the foundation for the whole intervention. If you don't have a strong why, then you're not going to be successful. So I want people to think through this. What's your reason? What's your why? Why do you want to improve your health? Why do you want to lose weight? Whatever it is, please write it down and let's have a discussion next week.
And what's that quote again?
Now, Lorraine, when you put me on the spot like that, then I forget all of my quotes. If you want to change something, you must be ready to. Now I can't remember. I'm so sorry, Lorraine. Please, Alice, can you help me there?
Yes.
I'm even trying to find it on your behalf.
Yeah, there's a very popular one that I use all the time. And the concept is about if you're not ready to give up anything, then exactly. I just can't. My friend is helping me here, but I can't remember that. Alice, please help me and make sure you share that at the end of the session.
Okay, yeah, it's like,
Okay.
yeah, if you want something so bad, you must be ready to do something.
Yeah, yeah. But even that, you are not quoting it exactly. Please find it for me on the slide and share that exactly how it's said. It's powerful that way.
I hear you. I have it actually. If you want to get something you have never gotten before, you've got to do something you've never done before.
Yeah. I can raise that here.
Sorry, we've lost you a little bit. Yeah.
We're losing you.
Yeah, anyone. But to see someone, I
internet in the UK.
You can remove
So,
your video, Hiba. We lost you. We can't hear you clearly. Remove your video. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, at least she came. That is the quote. Alice, just say it again.
If you want to get something, let me just put this. I had shared it earlier. This one. If you want to get something you have never gotten before, you've got to do something you've never done before. So if you want a healthy lifestyle and you've never joined a lifestyle program, then we challenge you to join the lifestyle program.
And I would say, if you want the healthy lifestyle and you want to make the change you want to make, one thing you must do is make the investment. So that is maybe what you've never done before. So Mildred, please help us know, what is this investment? What do we need to do to be part of the DTLC program?
Right. Thank you so much, Lorraine. Thank you so much, Dr. Alice and Dr. Hiba, for the wonderful presentation that we have had so far. We have had, all of us, or we have had these people who are in other DTLCs before saying that they have really benefited from the program. Jane Owiti said that now she has reduced her medication. She's now feeling much better. She's feeling great. Then there was Jackton, who told us that her diabetic medication has gone down. It has drastically dropped, and that was around 2 months ago. So maybe we should find out how he's doing. Has it been cut off completely? If his doctor is here, he can tell us. So I wanted just to pose a question to the people or those who want to join us for the DTLC4. How many are diabetic? How many are hypertensive right now? And how much are you spending? Is anyone willing to share? Anyone who is diabetic here, who is hypertensive? There was someone who mentioned that they have an autoimmune condition. How much are you spending on your medication? Okay, I see Anne. Anne, you can tell us how much you're spending currently?
I spent about 5,000 on insulin.
Mm-hmm. That is monthly?
Monthly, yeah, yeah. Maybe once in a while supplements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I spend.
Any other person? Mm-hmm. Coach Jane Kerubo?
For me, I can say I'm spending about 6,000 on supplements and maybe 5,000 on medication. But my biggest challenge, I'm losing making income because at times I'm unable to perform well. So as a coach, I'm unable to show up and do my work, which means my daily revenue is reduced or is non-existent on the days I'm unable to work.
Because of a certain condition, like you get sick?
Yes, I have an autoimmune condition called dermatitis herpetiformis, which is gluten intolerance. And because sometimes of the scratching and like now I'm not putting on my camera because I've had to put some cream to help with the itch comes early morning and evenings. So at times, if it's much, if the inflammation happens daytime, and there are days that it is so bad, 2-3 days it will be so bad, I will not appear to do my work because of the itching, the discomfort, And sometimes even the mental stress, because you are fighting, going against the normal day, yet you are supposed to be coming up as a mom, as a consultant, a coach, all that stuff. So there is even that aspect of losing income because of the conditions you are undergoing.
Thank you so much for sharing that. So yes, so in a nutshell, we can see that people are really spending so much money. If she's saying 5,000 per month plus some supplements, 6,000 per month, that's 11,000. If you multiply that to make it a year, it is hundreds of thousands of shillings. And DTLC, how much are we charging? We are charging 20,000 for those who paid before the deadline. That is today. Today is the deadline. If you want to pay the 20,000, today is the deadline. So after today, you will pay 25,000 for the latecomers. And this 25,000 can be paid in installments. That is 8,000 shillings in installments. If you want to pay for you to be in the DTLC 4 session, this is how much we are charging. So I wanted to give the charge just for us to see how much you'll be saving. If you join the program, you stick to the program, you listen to what we tell you, you will be able to reverse your condition, your diabetic condition. You'd be able to reduce your medication from a certain level to a certain level, and even completely, depending on what you've heard from Owiti Jane, what she has said, what you've heard from Jackton. I'm sure if he's still very serious with what he learned from DTLC3, he should be out of his medication right now. So from the beginning up to now, we have just been telling you that lifestyle is everything. If you're diabetic, if you're hypertensive, if you're here just to learn about your health, we are aging. And as you age, conditions start coming in. So if we don't watch what we eat, if we don't exercise, if we don't check whatever we are doing, if you don't sleep, if you don't rest well at night, if you don't eat at the right time, if you don't have a proper relationship with your food, then in the long run, we are going to start getting sick. And you will have one medication, two medications, and they come in pairs. Mostly someone without being hypertensive or hypertensive without being diabetic. And studies have shown that it's happening. So please, please, please join DTLC4 and you will benefit. You will benefit from the sessions. So we are charging 20,000. Just to repeat, I will post it here just before we leave. We are charging 20,000 for those who had paid earlier, and today is the deadline. If you want to pay tomorrow, you will have to pay 25,000. But the good thing is that you can pay it in installments. The 25,000 can be paid in installments. So good. We look forward to seeing you next week for our week 2. We look forward to seeing everyone here today for next week as we continue for the next 12 weeks. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Maybe just a clarification. I have Anne asking, what is she paying for? Because she thought we had online funding. What did you say, Mildred or Dr. Alice? What are we paying for?
Yeah, I think she had the initial program, which was to find out if the online program actually works, is the one that was funded. And it was for African and Caribbeans living in the UK, but also people from different parts of the world joining it. So now actually we've been trying to get funding to run this program. So we are still on a funds drive. We've asked all these foundations, Safaricom, all these foundations so that they can fund, because because I've done this for 23 years, we reversed diabetes in 6 weeks. Hello, we would like hundreds and thousands of people to benefit from this. So for now, we are charging that much to be able to make ends meet for all of us. But we are in the process of looking for funding. Just the first one was funded. The second one has not been funded. The third and the fourth, people have been paying for it. In fact, we've even just reduced the charges as we are going. So to be honest, the more people we get on the program, the less we are going to pay. So our goal is to get to a point where you're paying 5,000 shillings for 12 weeks because somebody has funded this program. Or it's completely free for everybody, and we do the recording, we put it on YouTube, and everybody around the world can benefit from it. That is what we would like for everybody.
So we have a request.
Yes.
There are some people who only got to hear about this today. So the kind of complaints I'm getting are these invitations are shared in other platforms. You only got to know about it today. Can we be reasonable, please? Somebody also heard about it today. Can we include this? Can we reconsider? Do you want them to be called individually, or do you want to talk about that?
Actually, we can consider for sure. It's not cast on stone. Remember, we want the best for you, so we will support you. So it will not be a problem at all. So complete the questionnaire that Mildred has posted. There's a link there. And once Mildred, have you posted the link? I don't see it.
Yes, I posted it. It's up there, but I can post it again.
Keep adding it, add it here. And so also you can take our contacts and call, and then we will help you, and you can join the program. Remember, we've officially started the program. So people are going to, we have a couple of people who have paid, so we are going to give them direction. We are going to put them in a group. We have exercise app to download. There's a lot going on. And then by next week, Monday, at the end of next week, Monday, everybody will be clear on what they need to do. But if you're not clear, we can send you the video for this season 1. We can send you some videos for the past season, so you can watch and understand the program, how it runs. Thank you very much.
So Judy, Edda, and anybody else who had a question, it is okay. You will have the early bird amount.
Yes.
So feel free to do that. Fill the link, use the link to fill the questionnaire. Those are the payment details that Mildred has posted on the chat. So Karibu Sana, we are happy to have you on board.
I agree.
Okay, great. So as we wind down, every week in the DTLC program, we have a challenge. So that during the week, it's not academic, we work on it. So every week there'll be a challenge. So today's challenge will be told to us by Dr. Ojwang so that all of us can start, because I think we've learned something already, what our mistakes are. We have learned the freeze, the acronym freeze and what it means for us in our lifestyle. But now what is the challenge for the week? For that, we start practicing.
Okay. So,
Anthony? Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so the challenge for this week is very easy. This is week 1. So the challenge is what we have said. The challenge number 1 is, what is your why? We'll discuss it further next week. What is your why? Why do you want to join this program? Why do you want to, depending on what your goals are. So you first of all need to write your goals: weight loss, reverse autoimmune condition, diabetes, high blood pressure, just sleep better, lose weight. That's your goal. Then what is your why? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to? Write it down. We'll discuss further next week. So I've given you already 2 assignments. Number 1, write your goals. Number 2, what is your why? Think about it. Number 3, I gave you an abbreviation, which is FREESE. So I gave you that abbreviation. And the first one in that abbreviation is F, is identify your toxic habits and identify your toxins. So we are going to discuss this in the next week's program. But between now and then, please take pictures of the food that you're consuming. We're going to add all of you onto the DTLC Season 4 group. where we are going to be having discussions. So we are not leaving you the whole week and meet you next week. No, we are with you every day. You have 3 dietitians in the team. There's Mildred, there's Anthony, there's Dr. Hiba, and there's myself in the program. So we are with you the whole week, supporting you and holding your hand. Thank you, Lorraine. I hope that is clear.
Okay, so thank you all very much. It was nice to hear, to open the session, to learn what it entails, to learn what to do, to identify our mistakes, because it's good to start from somewhere. So we've made our baseline, which should form the basis for the goal and the why. And from next week, we get actively involved. But before that, we have been given what to do. And it's a thing about every day. So we watch our food, take our pictures, and what else? You said you take our pictures. We shall be part of a WhatsApp group so that we exercise every day. So you notice it is a daily occurrence. It's a daily lifestyle program. So what are we saying? You have to apply yourself each day to becoming a little better. By becoming a little better each day and every day over a period of time, you will become a lot better. So that goal will be met incrementally as we apply what we learn every day. So wish you all the best in the program. Please join, please sign up, talk to Mildred. And we shall... Anthony. Good. So please join, please pay, please start working on it, please think about it, and let's get our total lifestyle change. Thank you very much for joining us today. We're happy to have you. We hope we impacted on you, and let's see you next week. Thank you, all the panelists. Thank you, all the participants. See you next week.
Lauren, before you go.
Yes.
Please, do we take the pictures of every meal or like one meal a day?
Dr. John?
Every meal. We want to see what you are
Every meal.
eating, because we are going to use that information to educate you. We will use it to tell you, we'll analyze your food as an individual and say, this is where you're going wrong, this is where you're going right, this is what you need to change. So every meal you take, send a picture. Don't send a picture of water. Don't need to take a picture of tea. But when you have your plate for breakfast, for lunch, you'll send it. So we'll put all of you on a DTLC program, of course, only for those who paid, please. And then we take it from there. But the future is bright. If you spread the word, then we can get the funding that we are looking for, and this program can benefit everybody. In the past, we've had people from Zambia, South Africa, UK, US, you know, yeah. So, and of course, we have a lot of Kenyans, Uganda, Tanzania. This time I've seen somebody has registered from Southern Sudan. So that's good. We are expanding. And so we want the best for everybody. Thank you.
All right. Hope your question is answered. Okay. So thank you very much. Have a good night. Think about your life. Think about your goals. Think about your why. And see you next week. Good night.